and starting Monday, go time for Victor Oladipo. So we've reached, finally, this stretch run.
Yeah, that's a lot. That's going to be a lot of fun to you hear the story about Oladipo coming back now, and where he's at, and I think that's the exciting part about all of this because the trading deadline came and went, and there
Mm-hmm.
wasn't really a big splash. Well, here comes your splash, and
Yes.
if you can get 80% of Oladipo, you are just about to add yourself one hell of a player. If somehow or another he finds that mojo back, because to me that's really what it's all about, is getting over that mental hurdle of him not breaking down. If he's able to do that, and you start pushing into the 90 percentile of what he was, oh my God! And that's the exciting part. Have the Heat figured it out, and has Oladipo figured out his body?
Well, I mean, that's the thing. You could say you figured it out, but let's face it, Big O. He thought he figured it out last spring. He comes back, he plays 4 games, he goes up for a dunk. Uh-oh. So I think you're always going to be a little bit on edge on those uh-oh moments. The difference is this season, the season doesn't end till April 10th, so there's still plenty of time to see what he has and doesn't have. So I'm going to go the opposite way. A lot of people are probably saying don't push Victor too much in the regular season. We need to save him and have him for the postseason. Oh, I'm going to go the other way. I want them to push the crap out of him, because if he's going to crap out, better now and get back to what you have than all of a sudden saying to Gabe Vincent, sorry, Gabe, you really filled in great. You're not going to play. Sorry, Max Strus, you did a nice job shooting the threes, but we got Caleb Martin here. You're not going to play. And then boom, on April 8th, on April 7th, all of a sudden Vic has another one of those moments, and you sort of have to reshuffle a little. So I hope Vic not only comes back, but I hope not right away, but in a week or two, he gets up to big minutes, even if someone has to step aside a little bit each during a game, because we need to see, for 2 reasons. Obviously for the playoffs, but 2, he's going to become a free agent, and you're going to have to make decisions, and there's only X amount of dollars to go around in an offseason when Tyler Hero's going to be eligible for his rookie scale extension. I need answers, and I need more than just a couple of minutes here and a couple of minutes there.
Yeah, but you can't force it either, Ira. You've got to coach the game to win. So you've got to coach Oladipo and put him into the groove, into a winning groove. You can't force things that will then get you off of the chemistry and everything you have. You and I lived through forcing Alonzo Mourning coming out of the kidney surgery into the starting lineup,
Right.
and you change the entire dynamics. You're not doing that
Yes.
here, but the idea that you're saying, well, no, you got to push it. No, I think you ease it in as long as there's a smooth transition. The second it starts getting a little jagged, or a little rough on the edges there, I think you gotta kind of slow down. But I don't think you race to try to force this whole thing.
No, and again, that's why I'm glad we're talking about this in early March and not in mid or late March or early April, like some suggested. Oh, he just needs a couple of weeks and he'll be fine. I need to explore and experiment. Consider this, Big O, though. The Heat this season, the entire season, have played Kyle Lowry, Bam Adebayo, Jimmy Butler, and Tyler Hero together a total of 47 minutes. It is possible by the end of the next week, when I'm talking to you again on next Friday's Accurate Pembroke Pines report, that those 3 plus Victor Oladipo might have played more minutes than those 3 plus Kyle Lowry, depending on Kyle's family situation. So this whole notion of they have to figure out who they are, hell, they've been trying to figure out who they are from day one this season, this disjointed season. Just come together. This season ends on April 10th in Orlando. You will have a full week as a top 6 seed, while the play-in teams take care of their business before you win the playoffs. There will be enough time, but I need to know. I need to know, for example, in the late situations, Milwaukee on Wednesday, Brooklyn on Thursday, why did Victor Oladipo was in there? Would the Bucks and the Nets have scored as much down the stretch? Would the Heat have had so much trouble getting into offense when they had to turn the ball to Tyler Hero at point guard? So I'm already seeing moments in my mind's eye. Ooh, Victor would have helped there. Victor would have helped there.
I
Now
got
I
you.
need to see it on the court.
Yeah, but the good thing also is you have 3 months of playoffs. So if he's durable enough to last through those 3 months, you're going to have a lot of clutch moments too. And that's the other thing, Ira. We don't have to watch Victor Oladipo perform really well in January or in February or in December when it means absolutely zilch. But man, if he's performing and coming through for you in May, in an Eastern Conference Finals, then all of a sudden you're looking at it going, okay, all right, this guy's got it still because not only did he performed in the game's highest
Oh,
moments.
I 1,000% agree with you, Big O, on that for this reason. If you're going to have to take care of him in free agency, at what level? At playoff success level? At a couple of meandering regular season success levels? We saw that in the 4 games last season. I agree. But I'm going to disagree with your premise of the Heat having this 2-month playoff run. The playoffs start, April 16th, could run as late as June 16th for this reason. I don't mean this. I don't mean to be negative. I'm going to give you the half full and half empty here.
Sure.
The Heat, to me, are as likely to possibly go out in the first round as to make the NBA Finals
Oh
because of the East this
no.
year. Look, Big O, among the first round Heat playoff opponents, the most likely opponents percentage-wise are the Brooklyn Nets, are the Toronto Raptors, and the Atlanta Hawks. Not as concerned about Atlanta, but Brooklyn, once they get Ben Simmons and a full-time Kyrie and the vaccine mandate looks like it's headed that way, I'm just saying this is not the previous Eastern Conference where, okay, it'll be a tough run to the finals, maybe the semifinals, and that's it. The East is going to be pretty loaded. Every first-round match will be a minefield again. Like I said here in our Accurate Pembroke Pines report earlier in the week, I can give you a Heat scenario where you have Atlanta in the first round, Cleveland in the second round, Chicago in the third round, and you are booking your travel to the NBA Finals to be courtside. Or I can give you a sort of death path where it's going to be the Nets in the first round, the Bucks in the second round, the Sixers in the East Finals. It's all matchup based. It's as good as you are. You can have the path of least resistance, or you could have the Accurate Pembroke Pines twice a week report with Ira. Ira, going into Game 7 again. What do you think? It could be a minefield. It's going to be really interesting.
Yeah, no, I can't argue with your points there, to be honest with you. I'm just kind of cocky Heat fan right now
Sure.
because I think the way this team has developed, they're deep as hell without Depot. You add Depot now, and the Nets are trying to acclimate a whole bunch of pieces,
Sure.
and they're not as deep, and they're not as defensive minded as Miami, and as deep as Miami. And Miami's coaching staff is superior also to the Nets coaching staff, and it's experienced in these kind of situations. So I don't fear the Nets. I really don't fear the East that much anymore. I think Milwaukee's the one that may have that toughness edge that can match Miami if they're healthy. But